Welcome everyone. I'm Jed Shlackman. I'm a holistic counselor as well as a spiritual energy healer. This video is one that's going to cover the topic of cholesterol-lowering drugs like statins, and the dangers of that, looking at this from a holistic systems type perspective where we're exploring what's really going on, what we can actually do to support our health rather than kind of impulsively trying to throw medication at a problem without actually understanding the problem and what the medication is actually doing. So, with a disclaimer at the beginning here that this isn't intended as diagnosis or treatment for any medical conditions that you may have. So this is for educational purposes, and you can consult your own healthcare providers to address your particular concerns. With that said, let's begin now looking at cholesterol. What is cholesterol, and what do statin drugs do? Cholesterol is actually a hormone. It's something your own body produces. So depending on what your body needs, it produces different chemicals to facilitate different functions and processes in the body. So when your body is producing cholesterol, from your body's point of view, it needs that cholesterol for some reason. So we don't want to jump to a conclusion that your body's making too much of something. There may be out of range, quote, abnormal levels, but those actually, at least temporarily, may be your body trying to address a challenge or a problem that it's dealing with. And that particular compound or chemical itself is not the problem. It's actually part of your body's effort to fix damage or clean up a problem that's present. It's like saying that inflammation in your body is bad, when if you have an injury, your body creates inflammation as part of the healing process because your body needs to do certain things to repair itself. So we can think of cholesterol in a similar way, where some of the functions of cholesterol can involve trying to repair some type of damage caused by some type of stress in the body. The issue with cholesterol, if we look at the history of modern medicine, is that researchers found a correlation between high cholesterol levels and heart disease or cardiovascular disease. When that happened, rather than recognizing that correlation doesn't necessarily mean causation, they kind of rushed ahead with this idea that we need to lower cholesterol. If we lower cholesterol, we'll be helping reduce the risk of heart disease, of cardiovascular disorders. So what's happened is they went ahead and started prescribing these statin medications, telling millions of people to take that when their cholesterol levels were above the average range. And people are still having heart attacks, still having cardiovascular disease. It's actually not being shown to solve that problem. There's actually evidence of significant cardiovascular risks occurring in people that are using statin medications, as well as other metabolic problems, muscle damage, neurological impairments. So these medications, not only are they not fixing whatever concern there is with cardiovascular disease, they're creating additional problems. And there's many different studies, a large volume of evidence showing what they're actually doing, what's happening, how they're causing damage to muscle tissues, depleting the very essential coenzyme Q10 in our bodies, and also contributing to cognitive dysfunction, since all these things are kind of interrelated. So your cholesterol is not really the quote bad guy. Statins are not the solution to whatever problem is actually triggering the elevation in your cholesterol. In the research, the studies with animals working with cholesterol lowering drugs, in order to actually raise the cholesterol, they use casein, which is the protein in milk, and refined sugar to create an elevation in cholesterol. So what's actually happening is there are certain things in foods that are creating some type of stress or buildup in the cardiovascular system, and then the body responds to that by producing its own hormone, cholesterol, to try to work on repairing whatever damage or buildup of debris is occurring in that system. So you don't want to just try to lower the cholesterol. To make an analogy, if you had a fire in a building and you see the firemen show up there because the firemen are actually trying to put out that fire, the solution to the fire is not to suppress the firemen and make them go away. We really want to work on addressing the causes, which has to do with stresses, with exposure to toxins in your environment, to processed foods that you're consuming, things that are creating some type of harmful buildup in your cardiovascular system or other tissues in the body. So your lifestyle, your diet, your stress levels, if you really want to reduce the cholesterol in a healthy way by causing your body to not need to produce so much, that's what you want to address. So cutting out the refined oils, the refined sugars from your diet, cutting out all kinds of food additives that might be irritating your body, different kinds of preservatives, artificial sweeteners, flavorings, food colorings, all those different things that are potentially creating some type of harmful buildup in the body. Avoiding air pollution. Obviously, if you're smoking, if you're consuming different kinds of intoxicants, different sorts of drugs, that could impair your cardiovascular system and lead your body to do what it can to protect itself, which could involve raising cholesterol. So this is the approach that you can use, plus using some supplements, doing some regular daily exercise. With exercise, you want to work at the level your body is ready to handle. So a person who's quite ill in some way may only be able to do a minimal amount of exercise before further exercise actually becomes harmful to them. So you have to know your own tolerance level for putting that stress on your body. Exercise can help your body increase its metabolism. And so as your metabolism improves, your body starts clearing out different forms of buildup or debris, toxic waste that's in your system. So exercise can help with that. But if you go too far with the exercise, more than your system is ready to benefit from, you could actually create additional toxic material in your body, the metabolic waste from doing that physical activity. So you don't want to overdo the exercise, but of course you don't want to underdo it, because our bodies need some movement. They need the exercise to maintain a healthy kind of rhythm to the metabolism. Sleep is also important, so if you can maintain an ideal amount of sleep for you, so that you don't feel drained and tired during the day, so that your body has time in that particular detoxing window at night to cleanse itself. So if you're sleeping, you're actually giving your body an opportunity to clear out waste, especially from the nervous system, from the brain. So that's an important element. Some of the supplements that people use to help cleanse or clear the system, which as a side effect or consequence of that tends to lower cholesterol, is some of the antioxidants. So things like vitamin C, the polyphenols, things like grapeseed extract, pomegranate extract, green tea extract, some of the seaweeds like kelp and dulse, the algae like spirulina and chlorella. So a lot of these cleansing foods and herbs, those help clear our system. Fresh berries, fresh fruits, especially the ones that don't have too much sugar concentration. So all of those foods have particular phytonutrients, chemicals in them that actually help our body clear out whatever waste, whatever debris might be built up. There's also supplements of vitamins like niacin, which is a B vitamin. Niacin actually enhances our blood flow and circulation. It helps open up the capillaries so the blood flow improves there, and that will also help with clearing your system. So there are many things we can do that don't involve any medication that are actually helping our body clear out whatever was causing the cholesterol to be raised or increased. So this is the more holistic approach. It's a functional medicine type of viewpoint, where we look at how our body is actually functioning, understanding what our body is actually doing, what stresses or what disturbances your body is trying to cope with, and helping address those underlying stresses. Of course, emotional stress is a big factor also. So if you're going through some type of psychological challenge, you would want to support yourself in handling that, building skills to process your emotions, to calm your nervous system, breathing, meditation, getting a massage, having a Reiki session or acupuncture, all those things that help your nervous system settle down. That helps reduce the buildup of toxic waste or compounds in your body. When we're under stress, our body is producing extra stress hormones. And as our body has to break down those hormones, if we're continually creating more of those chemicals faster than your body can clear them out, there's a buildup, and that can keep us in a kind of stressed out state. And it, over time, tends to build up an accumulation of these compounds in your cardiovascular system or other tissues in your body. So you want to clear that out. I encourage you to research more about this topic to explore what's actually causing your body to elevate its cholesterol level. The issue isn't cholesterol in your diet. Obviously, animal foods have cholesterol since animals create cholesterol, but cholesterol in your meat or eggs, that's not in itself a problem. The cholesterol is something that your body actually can use, and your body will clear out whatever it doesn't need. So for those that are interested in learning more about different holistic health topics, about personal growth and spirituality, I invite you to view my website, phinsights.com. That's phinsights.com. For now, I wish everyone a wonderful day. Namaste.